I rub them with Oxy-Dry, and this is a carpet I've been cleaning for quite a few years now. Carpet's 7 years old. I think I've been cleaning it for about 5 years or so, and I'm here twice a year. This is a medical building, and it's great to have these repeat jobs. I have lots of these kind of jobs, actually. So I want to mop this up a little bit here. Okay. The fellow that does the building maintenance here, and he comes in early before I get here every time I do it, and he gives it a good vacuuming, so I don't have to do that, which is nice. But anyway, that's, and if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll be recognizing this building, of course. Yeah, so again, this is I'm here every 6 months actually. Being a medical building, they do want to well, keep it clean, and the doctors, of course, do expect to be living in a building where the building is looking like a professional building with clean carpets, etc. So that's an important thing for them, of course. And I am cleaning with a that's an Astro turf, green stripe. I think that's a great pad to use. I do prefer it in almost every case now. And I do have my splash guard on. I can then kind of almost just tap the wall. You can see me getting right up to the wall there. I've only sprayed on, and once in a while you see a little dark spot. That's where I've pre-treated on a little spot. There's very few stains on the carpet this time. Sometimes there's more, but this time we're not much, really. And of course you can see I'm moving my way down the hallway away from my source of power. And I've cleaned this building with my orbital machines. I've used the Orbitech first few times, and then I've done it with the Vibe as well. And actually this is a building which, interestingly enough, was one of those situations where I decided to compare both the speed at which I cleaned and the results that I was getting. And my conclusion was that I could clean it faster with the rotary, and the end result was not drastically better, but I thought it did look better. I know that doesn't, maybe not the popular way of viewing things, but this is what I've been experiencing, and I've done this many times on different buildings and even in residential jobs where I've shown that the rotary, I think, is just a better choice. I'm not saying it's like night and day or anything like that, but just I think it's simply a better option for lots of reasons. And one reason is that I actually use a lot less solution. which isn't a huge deal because obviously that's a very minor part of your operating cost. But I think that primarily the reason I prefer the rotary is I just like using it better anyway. I haven't had it happen for a while, but I remember a few years back when I was saying these things, I had people coming on my channel and saying that the rotary was primitive technology, and the rotary was inferior cleaning and everything, and which was, well, I guess it was a little bit annoying, but I've continually just put videos out showing how consistently effective one can be with the rotary. I don't think there's anything wrong with, if you choose to use an orbital machine, nothing wrong with that at all. Both machines do well. In the hands of an expert, mind you. I would rather give an orbital machine to somebody without much experience. I think that's where they have an advantage, because the rotary does require a little more skill to operate it effectively and to get the even consistent results out of it. So an orbital machine like a Vibe or Trinity or whatever machine you use, I would rather, that would be a better choice to give to an employee who hasn't had much experience. You don't want to I don't think you want to hand a novice a rotary and tell him to go to work. It takes a little bit of, this is definitely a learning curve is what I'm trying to say, to really be effective using the rotary. And maybe that's one of the reasons why we've got guys out there that will put it down, because it does take just a greater understanding of how to operate the machine to get the results. But anyway, that's a conjecture, I guess you could say. That's my experience anyway. But you can see I'm moving along pretty good here. I'm not trying to go fast. I've got 2 floors to do that are identical, and then I've got 3 stairwells to do, and then I go over to the other building. There's 2 buildings that I do right here. They're quite close to each other, and there I do a hallway and a set of stairs and a big entry mat. This is a decent sized job. It usually takes me till about midday, usually between 12 and 1, somewhere in there. I'll have it done. So it's not an all-day job. And because I've been cleaning it on a regular basis, it cleans pretty darn easily, as you can see. There's a anti-resoiling protector in the cleaning product that I'm cleaning with. And by the way, I'm using the Encap Hero in this case. which is actually the first time using it on this job. I've used the Bonnet Pro products on this carpet for the last few years actually. So this is the first time using the Encap Hero, which cleans fine. And that's a Cosway supply product out of Ontario for those of you who are in Canada. And I'm not suggesting that that's the only thing you should use, by no means. There's lots of different products out there, and there's Sam Carmelli in Vancouver. He's selling Bonnet Pro products, if that's the way you want to go, and he also has other product lines as well. I think he's selling the Esteem products now as well. So we do have some choices. I think he's got the Release It line as well, actually, come to think of it. So if you know, whatever you're choosing to clean with, just my only recommendation as far as that goes is make sure you use a product that's professional grade. Don't be the bathtub chemist guy. Let that machine scrub, and that pad, the Astro turf pad, I think that what makes it really work so well is the Astro turf green stripes, which gives this pad the ability to really scrub the carpet very well. And on these commercial carpets, well, pretty much every carpet, that's an advantage. And then the solution is emulsifying and dissolving and lifting the soil into suspension. And once it's in suspension, then the absorbent part of the pad, which is actually polyester fiber, will absorb it pretty readily, actually. It's not as absorbent as cotton, but it doesn't really necessarily need to be if the soil is already in suspension from the scrubbing of the AstroTurf pad part of the pad. At least that's the way I understand how it's working anyway. I think that's why it works so well. This is Saturday, so most of the offices are closed, but there's a couple of offices that are having people come and go. Well, I'm almost done. Okay. I'm going to work my way over to the front of the elevator. And one more pass there. Whoops. Gonna work my way back down this hallway. It's actually almost dry already, which is to be expected. So between this section of the hallway and the other section over there, probably takes me about 30 minutes to do each floor, I guess. So let's have a look at the pad. Kind of curious. When I looked at it from over, when I did that section, it really wasn't that soiled. It's fairly soiled though, this time, for the remainder of the haul. So yeah, we're doing good. Okay. I'll let you go. Thank you for watching and have a good day.